Welcome to round 5 of the 2025 Porsche 944 Challenge Series Australia. Round 5 is presented by LK Diesel Service. With thanks to our supporting partners, Porsche Australia, Advan Yokohama Tyres, Trico, seeing you through, Melbourne Paving, Butcher's Diner Melbourne, Tyrepower Benalla, Campione Electrics, AVI Technology, Fullmaster Bayside, Raceline, 888 Home Loans, Pit Lane Clothing. Round 5 sees the National Championship head to the home of horsepower in Melbourne and to the iconic Sandown Motor Raceway. Located around 30 kilometres east of the Melbourne CBD, the circuit is 3.1 kilometres long and runs in an anti-clockwise direction. The track is well known for its 2 long straights, high speed and therefore great slipstreaming. Overall, there are 13 corners. The key ones to watch out for are Turn 1, a fast approach with high curves. Turn 4, a tight corner which requires great drive out. Turn 6, the fastest corner on the track. And Turn 12, which leads onto the main front straight and towards the start-finish line. Qualifying took place on Saturday in fine and sunny conditions, and it was the multiple race winner Adam Brewer who took pole over 2-time series champion Jamie Westaway. Current championship leader Cameron Bella comes next out of position 3, alongside yet another 4-time series champion Chris Lewis-Williams in the Tyrepower Benalla entry, with just 1/100th of a second between those two. Winton race winner and former Sandown poleman Mark Torbitz comes out of row 3, with Momentum Motorsport driver Carter Fox initially setting the 6th fastest time. However, a late incident in qualifying saw him hit the wall hard at turn 9, meaning his car is now in doubt to make the race. Veteran Tony Westaway starts from P7, alongside Calder race winner Mark Verdino in the number 44 Sidelink car. Another Westaway, Michael, again looks strong and he'll start from row 5, alongside Jack Atley in the number 35 Pit Lane Clothing entry. Andrew Goldman in the number 333 Carpet Shed car comes from P11, with Sam Rofe in the stunning PCM car next to him in P12, literally just 4/100ths of a second separating those two. Melbourne Paving driver Nick Carpenter comes next in the number 14 car, with Josh Brisbane alongside him in the ever beautiful number 56 Green Machine. And PJ Grant failed to set a time in quali, meaning he'll start from the rear of the grid as he completes the 15-car field. On Saturday afternoon, in fine and sunny conditions, the field rolled out for the first of 3 races for the weekend. Perfect conditions for fast times and close racing.
944s making their way onto track. What a great group of races these guys are. I'm on public record now for at least 3 seasons and saying this is some of the most fearsome racing that you will see. Pole position went to Adam Brewer on 124.94. Jamie Westaway right alongside with the 126 Bella car number 1. Mark Torbitz in the 66 is coming along gangbusters as well.
It was Brewer and Westaway who lined up on the front row, and the drag race down to turn 1 always provides drama at Sandown.
Finish, they get away very nicely indeed.
Torbitz's car stumbling off the lines, seeing Verdino, Tony Westaway, Atley, Rofe and Carpenter all taking full advantage. A much better start for PJ Grant, taking multiple positions from the back of the grid.
Adam Brewer, Jamie Westaway, have a look at number 1.
Brewer led Westaway.
Side by side down into 2. That'll be Jamie. Holds on, you can't go through here 2 by 2, and Jamie just says, I know, adds Brewer forced me out of it. So good pressure, good racing there by Adam Brewer, the Black Widow Spider as he's known to the field out there as they stream on through. Nick Carpenter getting through there, Peter Grant, and up the hill they come.
Bella and Lewis-Williams seeking the slipstream.
crest the hill. In the slipstream now, each just push a headlight out to get a bit of fresh air, but it'll be Ads Brewer leads them through. 2 wheels over the ripple strip, the first 4 cars. These guys all know about it.
And Verdino joining the party as well.
So this is mixing it up in a very big way, and you can see this top 5, and it's the 44 of Mark Verdino. As I said, he started out of 8th. He's already up to 5th. So
the number 84 of PJ Grant was really on the charge, grabbing Brisbane. But as the front 5 settled, Torbert's was the big mover, clawing back spots over Carpenter, Rofe, and then Atley had strong pressure coming from behind but managed to hold on.
Westaway, then Jack Atley. Jack's pushed his way up to 7. That's a really good opening couple of laps for Jack Atley. And like these guys, you walk down there after the race and you think, yeah, this is going to be an interesting place to get to, but they're all standing around, swapping parts, having a bit of fun. And if it's not Cambella or his dad lending parts, it's someone else getting out there. But a really good camaraderie. And here's a bit of good camaraderie. Jack Atley and his aptly named El Presidente, Mark Torberts, who's gone through on him in the 66. Mark started out of 5th, but he'd gone back a couple of spots. In fact, he'd gone back to 9th. He's spent the 35, the pit lane clothing 944. And then we go back to Sam Roth, who started out at 12th, and Sam's up to 8th. So some big movers there. I think it's Andy Goldman's gone back. He started out of 11th, yes, he's gone back to 13th. And
meanwhile, Westaway decided that he wanted to lead and swept past Brewer into the fast turn 6.
Geometry on it, and we see that play out. But Ads Brewer is now being taken over by the number 28 of Jamie Westaway. So a swap for the race lead there. And
but Brewer took advantage of the famous Sandown slipstream to bounce back at turn 1.
A lot of people making their way to the track, but it's situation normal. It's almost like we haven't left Winton.
However, Westaway wasn't done, and he again took the lead.
Have a look at that. Ads Brewer, threshold of braking, car 3, back into the lead, out over the ripple strips goes Jamie. It's gone off now.
3 wide.
CLW into it as well. He has to brake, lock up.
Lewis Williams also getting involved.
Bella goes back 2 spots just like that.
Momentarily taking Bella before a wild slide saw him lose spots.
Brewer getting the side draft here into the high-speed corners, and Chris Lewis Williams goes wide. Absolutely, what a save. Incredible. He's going to keep that going. Oh, this is intense.
Brewer back in the lead. Medina sweeping past.
Ads Brewer goes into the race lead there, and he brings Cambella with him. So Bella's gone from 2nd, 3rd back to 4th, and he'll emerge from Dandenong Road in P3. So Westaway, just out of shot there, has managed to hold back onto 2. But the surprise packet there is our guy that was sitting on pole, had been relegated back 2 spots. He kept it all together. CLW in the Tyrepower Benalla car had a very heart and mouth spot. Here we go, at the top of the hill. Cars appear. CLW all out of shape. Bit of speedway style.
Unreal. Amazing car handling ability there from CLW. He relishes the intensity of it, and there'll be no surprises if he manages to hang on.
Mid-pack, Atley continued to hold off the pack.
Talk about intensity. Jack Atley is like the cork in the champagne bottle. At the moment, he has got them lining up behind him. It's Sam Roth. He's in the Mick Roth in there. Then it's Grant, Carpenter, Goldman. They go on. It's Westaway at Brisbane.
Look at all those colours there. We've got Jack Atley, Kung Fu Panda, in the front of that pack there, and all of his disciples following him, following the young little master.
He's absolutely got the cork in the bottle here. He's not doing anything silly either. He's just driving. He's just holding it on the racing line, and the 333 looks out. Andy Goldman, he'll always have a bit of a look out there, Andy. And they plunge down in. In fact, I'm going to say that the 68 and the 84, so that's Sam Roth and Peter Grant. They probably take a few notes out of the experienced Jack Atley. Of course, he raced Formula 4.
Carpenter lunged at Grant.
14, a big lunge.
Oh.
He's going to get it done. No.
Oh.
Gets unstuck. Unstuck there.
As Torberts eventually claimed back another spot, taking Tony Westaway under brakes.
Corbett goes through on Tony Westaway now, so that puts him into the 6. Chris Lewis-Williams still trying to battle to get it there. Good battle here between these two yellow cars. Mark Torbitts has got a garage full of race cars. He's chosen the 66 to bring out here this weekend.
Big lose there from Tony Westaway.
A scary moment for Brewer saw him relinquish the lead back to Westaway.
Well, back at the front now. Have a look at this. The Black Widow Spider's been relegated.
And with the win up for grabs, the arch-rival Bella saw his chance.
7 championships in 1 and 28. Look to the inside, Cam Bella. It must be coming near the end of the race. Bella stamps his authority. Car number 1 to the lead for a moment.
In and under, but Bella will have the correct line on the inside of this next one. But if Westaway can keep on the outside for this, no, he cannot. So Bella will go lead those 3 onto the back straight. Very, very important exit of this corner. Let's see if he gets that done well enough to keep his velocity up and fight off Westaway and the Black Widow Spider.
With 1 lap to go, a typical Bella, Westaway and Brewer dogfight was forming.
Ease it in as we see the last lap board out. So this will be it.
With 2 seconds left on the clock, they managed to get the line to get one more lap.
Westaway grabbing the lead at turn 1. Nothing between them as the top 3 went at it.
Him through. It looks like only one of them get through.
Strategy played by Bella there. You watch this. He will now apply the blowtorch up to turn 4. But he's got car 3, adds Brewer, the AVI technology entry to deal with. Jamie Westaway's gone, no, I didn't want to lead this. I wanted to be in second and stream on through.
Vadino is right on them now, but I can tell you, all 3 of them got perfect exits from turn 4. They are all going to be at terminal velocity on this back straight.
There is absolutely no doubt about the talent and the ferocity that these guys bring to the track every time they do it in these 944s.
Suddenly, however, a slide with 2 corners to go by Westaway was all it took for Bella and Brewer to pounce.
From Joey, where is
turn
this
12,
going to happen?
turn 12, turn 12. Westaway parks it. Bella's got behind him. I wonder if he's missed a gear.
Westaway not getting out of Dandenong Road. You have a wrong breath in this category.
He's still inside ads.
The lead of the race.
Here we go. Brewer gets up on Westaway as well. Cameron Bella is going to take the win. It's a drag race for second place. Ads Brewer looks to have... Oh my God, it's going to be a photo finish.
Bella getting home to take the win. The top 5 all within 4 seconds. Atlee holding on against tough competition.
This race is not over for the rest of the field.
Jack Atlee now. He's still got them behind him. He's got them there. Torbitts and Westaway have got through, and as has Peter Grant. He's gone through. Jack Atlee still got Rock, Goldman, and Michael Westaway right behind him. So the 35 is currently sitting in P9. Good run there for Jack. He's up a spot in this race. The 68's up a couple of spots. So this is good to see. Let's have a look at this. This was hot. Look at this on the last lap. The challenger's coming left, right and centre. Let's watch the gold car, or the bronze car, sorry.
What's happened here?
He slowed.
He slowed into the corner and mid-corner. Yeah. He's still slow. It looks like he's only getting onto it now. I think he may have missed a downshift and then maybe missed an upshift.
I was watching his hands. Normally you can see the hand come off the wheel and rattle around, but he didn't seem to do that. But, well, there we go. 944 racing. Cam Bella gets the win over Ads Brewer.
So it's the reigning champion Cameron Bella who takes a hard-fought victory in race 1. Home narrowly over Adam Brewer. Jamie Westaway just 1/10 of a second back to complete the podium. Mark Vadino with a workmanlike performance home in 4th, and the Baron of Benalla, Chris Lewis-Williams, survives a wild slide to come home in 5th. Mark Torbitts fights back up to 6th, Tony Westaway with a very solid 7th, and PJ Grant up 6 spots from the rear of the grid. Jack Atlee and Sam Rofe complete the top 10. Andrew Goldman just outside that. Michael Westaway, Josh Brisbane and Nick Carpenter complete the runners. On Sunday morning, race 2 of the weekend, and again with beautiful, bright, clear conditions, and a big crowd in attendance. The field got set for a fast and furious battle.
The LK Diesel Service Porsche 944s are on track now. I speak none other than Joey Calder. Welcome, Joey.
Good morning, Darren. Great to be alongside you and your dulcet tones, the voice of grassroots Australian motorsport, and very happy to be here as I spy over my shoulder and I see a platter of cupcakes. Very, very excited about that. I think I'm going to have myself one.
Well, let's get our way through this 944 race totally unscathed, and we'll be able to swoosh a couple of cupcakes in to celebrate at the end of this one. Joey, you've been alongside us calling these races for a season and a half, or even more than that now, but commonly referred to as the fiercest racing you'll see in one-make racing, isn't it, this stuff?
It's just fantastic. I mean, race one yesterday was testimony to that. It was intense, it was close, it was ferocious racing.
LK Diesel bringing us the racing here this weekend. The series of sponsors: Porsche Cars Australia, Tyrepower, Benalla, Melbourne Paving, Butcher's Diner, Don Watson Transport, AVI Technology, Poolmaster Bayside, Trico, Triple Eight Home Loans, and Pit Lane Clothing. And we've got the man himself from Pit Lane Clothing coming out a 9th spot in the grid. The battle is on. The championship is absolutely wide open. We couldn't have written the script going into the second half of this season any better, Joey.
Bella on pole would lead the field into the tight turn one.
The field is set for the second race for the weekend for LK Diesel, and away we go. Brewer and Bella will lead the field past the famous grandstand here at Sandown.
This time Torbert's got away well, grabbing Lewis Williams early.
He's joined by another Westaway, so we've got Bella, Westaway, and Brewer on the outside here. He gets followed through by the 44 of Bedino. Chris Lewis Williams streams on through there. He goes down over the back of the ripple strip. He did that move yesterday. Gives him a little bit extra impetus down into turn number 2. There's Bedino. Hasn't he got some battle scars on the side link car? As we just look at the mid-pack here, it's the 84 going through. That's Peter Grant, Jack Atley in the mix there as well. Looks like Tony Westaway in there as well, and the whole field well and truly packed up.
This is excellent stuff. It's bumper to bumper in the front pack there, with not much of a gap to the chasing pack. This is intense already. I have big feelings about this race as Adam Brewer cuts the ripple strip there through the 6 and 7 complex and down through Dandenong Road. They are absolutely going for it.
You hit the nail on the head there, Joey. Big feelings. That is exactly what this is all about. Big feelings out there and how you deal with it. We know the Iceman in car number 1 just deals with it. Adds Brewer. He's the opposite. He runs on emotion. This is what he brings to the track, and I love that. I love both the way those two guys go about it. Jamie, again, he's actually even cooler, calculated, just ticks the boxes. A methodical race car driver. Mark Verdino, I don't think goes with the flow.
He's very chill out of the car. Here we go. Brewer makes that move into turn 1.
Brewer tried his hand and got the job done. Lewis Williams also through.
He executes it perfectly. Oh, lock up from Verdino.
Lewis Williams is just giving a good eyeful there. Gets a puff of smoke in his face in the Tyrepower Benalla entry.
This is playing into Lewis Williams' hands here. The battle at the front has enabled him to catch, as well as Mark Torberts. Here we see PJ Grant and Tony Westaway, Jack Atley, Rofe, Carpenter, the rest of the pack there, all streaming through. Geez, these cars look good.
Coming up on
Westaway again saw his chance and took Bella, but in what would prove to be a costly pass, stewards later handing out a penalty to the number 28. Lewis Williams too taking Verdino.
Is he going to get 2 positions? He's definitely going to get 1. As he takes Bella on the inside there. Billa gets a big, healthy dose of ripple strip. Keeps it wide, but keeps it momentum forward going. As we see Verdino under brakes, getting a little loose in the rear end there. And Lewis Williams gets a place on him there.
Yeah, Chris Lewis Williams getting through on Mark Verdino.
Mid-pack, Rofe grabbed Atley at turn 1.
Mid-pack battle now.
Oh, we're seeing the experienced Westaway. Looks like he's making a move into 6th there.
Michael Westaway also moving forward. And Carpenter taking Atley too.
Through here.
Oh, Atley's going to try and show the nose here.
And what he's done is he's allowed Nick Carpenter through there as well. So,
however, the number 35 bounced back on the long straight.
Attlee had his eyes forward, didn't see the attack from behind. So Attlee now has got a big job to do to climb the hill up to the top of the property here.
He just has to gather his thoughts and get back in the rhythm. He's just sort of got a bit out of sync through that series of corners there.
A lunge by Carpenter saw Goldman pounce, but the subsequent tap allowed Brisbane to join in the fun as well.
At the moment, Nick Carpenter down the inside.
Oh!
He goes up on the ripple strip. Attlee goes out over the ripple strip. And have a look at this. The green machine charging up the inside there now. And that is Josh Brisbane. He's weighing in on it as well.
Inches apart at 200 kilometres per hour down the straight, Carpenter held on, as did Goldman against the number 56.
Front there as well as we see Brisbane taking Goldman there into turn one. Goldman running wide. This is perfect race conditions at the moment. We've got a little bit of a southerly breeze, which was really helping the slipstream effect down the front straight. And these drivers will be doing everything they can to make the most of that.
And with a couple of laps to go, things got more willing.
Carpenter, and here comes Andy Goldman as well now. He's lit the fire in his belly. With it out there.
Oh,
there it
big
is.
dive, big contact.
Wow, I'm not sure that was on there for the 14.
No.
Nick Carpenter had to show the nose. Now he's going to have to deal with Goldman. Not sure that move was on, but I guess you've got to give it a go. There's a bit of tyre rubbing on the Josh Brisbane car there as well.
Quite severe by the looks of it. Now, I think that's a little more than tyre rubbing.
A bounce over the turn one ripple strip for Attlee was enough for Carpenter and Goldman to get through.
There, Attlee goes out over the back of the ripple strip now. He has to defend. Attlee definitely got an issue with that car. Short back and sides by Nick Carpenter, and also pushing on through there is Andy Goldman.
But a sudden mechanical failure saw Brisbane lose power.
There's the number 56. He has parked it up, Josh.
As that was happening, up front, the top five saw the last lap board, meaning it was all or nothing into turn one.
And there we go, the last lap board. Ads Brewer leading the way over Jamie Westaway.
Suddenly, though,
Ads Brewer, he is feeling the very hot dragon's breath. The Jamie Westaway down into turn one. A little bit of a lock up and runs wide. As does Bella, he loops it around. Chris Lewis-Williams is watching Days of Thunder unfold right in front of him, and a little bit of it coming together there as well. Tears the right front wheel out of the 944 of Chris Lewis-Williams.
with Verdino, Bella, Brewer and Lewis-Williams all going off.
Jamie Westaway comes out in front of this.
Torbert's jumped, launching him up to fourth, with Verdino up into third. Westaway remained on track and grabbed the lead.
Have a look at this. First to win, you've got to survive. There's Brewer.
Now, I'm going to make a wild, maybe not so wild prediction here and say that maybe that was a little bit of not just tyre rubbing on Josh Brisbane, because we saw the whole front of the field go off or into turn one there. I think there's got to be a little bit of oil out on that track.
Westaway held it all together to cross the line first.
Is our race leader. Car number 28, Jamie Westaway. He knows how to win races here at Sandown, and he snatched it off Ads Brewer. In fact, he didn't snatch it off Ads Brewer. He drove on by whilst Ads was having his own issues.
Goldman also nudging past the other two.
This is the pack that we've been having a good look at. Andy Goldman now, he's leading the 45, the 14 there of Nick Carpenter. You just see Chris Lewis-Williams limping. Well, he's actually going to the lane. He's not even going to limp down to get the checkered flag. So he goes into pit lane, drag 0 points out of that one as a DNF. But our field continues on around. I say it at the start of these races, Joey. I'm going to stop saying it. This is fierce racing.
It really is.
And no one's giving anyone... Well, it is up until the last two laps, and then it's just...
it's just what?
Station.
Anything can happen, and it usually does.
What a 944 race. They never cease to amaze me.
So, after yet another drama-filled 944 battle, it's the two-time series champion Jamie Westaway who kept his head to take victory. However, A late steward's inquiry may see that result in doubt for the number 28. Adam Brewer home with another solid second. And Mark Verdino back in form completes the podium. Mark Torbitz with a strong fourth, ahead of the 5-time series champion Cameron Bella. Michael Westerway with perhaps the drive of the race, and Andy Goldman completes a top 10 finish in the Carpet Shed Racing 333 car. Nick Carpenter and Jack Utley complete the runners, with both Chris Lewis-Williams and Josh Brisbane feeling the heat. Unfortunately, more battle-worn scars for those two. On late Sunday afternoon, again in perfect weather, the field rolled out for race 3, the final race of the weekend, and also the final race of the 2025 Victorian State Race Series for the 944s.
Without too much further ado, we are starting to see the sun get lower on the horizon, and it is my absolute pleasure to introduce to the microphone now Carter Fox, who, it's not actually my pleasure, Carter, I'd rather you be out there in the 944 race having a go at it, mate, but welcome, Carter, and let's see how this race unfolds.
Thanks, mate. It's really good to be here. Obviously, would much rather be out on track, but as a substitute, we'll take it.
Chris Lewis-Williams actually just wanted to get a sighting of Chris to make sure he actually has joined the bid. He's out there. So watch for car number 37 charging from the rear of the grid.
Despite crossing the line in first place, stewards did deem the Westaway pass on Bella in race 2 worthy of a penalty, meaning he would be relegated to 6th.
We watch the start, nicely getting away is Adam Brewer. And right off the start there, Mark Medino moves right over there to be right alongside and then ducks in behind. Cam Bella's going to go with them here. In fact, Cam Bella keeps it in a nice straight line, not covering as much real estate as what Mark Verdino is at the moment. And car 1 just letting its presence known up the inside there, as is the 66 of Mark Torbitz. He's got it, the 66, nice and well and truly hooked up. There's Jamie Westaway. He won't be languishing down there for too long.
Lewis-Williams with a blinder of a start, already up an incredible 6 spots by turn 4.
Absolute flying start from Chris Lewis-Williams. Back of the grid, he's already in 7th.
So that is what we expect from Chris Lewis-Williams.
Then grabbing row for turn 6 as well.
Said had a ripper weekend at Benalla. He pops the nose out now and he will drive on by Sam Rock. Ticks that box there as well. Back down the back of the field there, the 333 of Andrew Goldman. He's gone back a couple of spots. What this guy's gone forward, Goldman's gone back. Get a good look at the Tyrepower Benalla entry there for Chris Lewis-Williams. But this is exactly what Adam Brewer needs to do. He needs to get himself that gap before either Jamie Westaway or Cam Bella start to head after him. Not taking anything away from Mark Verdino. Mark Verdino in the 44 knows how to get results. But I tell you what, when you've got the Bella blowtorch being applied to the back of your 944 in this championship, you need to be on your absolute A game.
Bella used the famous slipstream on Verdino, who was also feeling the heat from Westaway and Torbitz.
Inside goes car 1, threshold braking, holds the corner and drives on by Jamie Westaway. Will do the same thing. That has got to be a lasting move, and it is.
Grant and Tony Westaway edging together.
A little bit of contact in the back there through turn 4 between Tony Westaway and Peter Grant coming onto the straight, so we'll see how that changes the runs.
And then the signature move by Lewis-Williams saw him get past Torbitz.
Porsche Cars Australia throw their support behind this championship. CLW down the inside of Mark Torbitz again. Mark Torbitz just opening up the wheel going, yeah, I can hear you locking up there. You're torching up your Yokohama there, CLW. I don't want to ding up my car. You've already got sticky tape holding the front bumper on. Go for it, son.
I know Chris had the eyes on for this one, so it's definitely going to be aggressive moves from Chris all the way to the front of the pack.
Well,
Brewer began to clear out, but the chasing pack was tightly bunched.
You learn quickly to be very careful.
Have a look at Mark Verdino. He's bouncing it off. He's like he's playing a pinball machine out there. The side link entry with telltale signatures of battles in the past all the way down the side of his car, and he is dealing with it at the moment. Multiple champions all around him at the moment. A good learning thing, I've got to say. Mark Verdino and also Mark Torberts at the moment just getting a bit of a masterclass from some of the greats of Porsche 944 racing.
Roth was holding steady as he led the mid-pack.
Break in the action. We should give a shout out to LK Diesel who've come on for this round of 944s and give a big thanks to them and their crew for supporting the category, which actually is wrapping up our state championship here this weekend. So Cameron Bella and Jamie Westaway are currently fighting for not only a race result but a championship.
Yeah.
Jamie Westaway saw his chance on Verdino, but a yellow flag meant the move may be questioned by stewards later.
Jamie Westaway now looks to the inside now on Mark Verdino and gets it done.
Nice move, really opportunistic, and that corner, turn 2, comes up really quick on you.
Wow, I don't want to throw any controversy into this, but that's been covered by yellow flags. So that might not work out quite as good as what Jamie thinks it's going to be.
Brewer was holding command over the chasing pack of 5 cars.
Because now we've got Chris Lewis-Williams trying to make his move on Verdino. Lewis-Williams turning up the heat now. Big in the mirrors of the 44 of Mark Verdino. He's not making any mistakes, Verdino. We'll know it.
The fight between Roth, Grant and Westaway was also going down to the wire. A falter by the number 68 allowing the others to push through. Michael Westaway also taking Carpenter with a couple of laps to go. Torberts continued to hold on to the top 6.
Like you're saying, the lap times are so close and these guys at the front are so competitive.
As Goldman found the grass with a high speed off at turn 1.
Going to be Andy Goldman.
Doing a little bit of Sandown lawn maintenance.
Yeah, in the 333 carpet shed entry. Jack Atley hangs on there. Jack just getting through there as a result.
A late afternoon lunge by Lewis-Williams was enough to get past Verdino at turn 9.
It's a beautiful way to do it. CLW looks to the inside now. He's given plenty of room. Verdino just runs wide there. The 37 grabs a gear and drives on by. That's what CLW had to do.
But out in front, the AVI technology driver Brewer was in full command. A strong performance against multiple champions. And a great way for him to round out the 2025 Victorian state season.
Last lap board is now being displayed to the entire field. And this is a lap to celebrate what has been an immense season. It's been pressure. There's been some controversy. There's been some cars that have made contact with other cars. And, well, at the end of the day, from the position I sit and those watching on, it's been such a fantastic battle all the way to the very end of this. Here we go. This is the move. Chris Lewis-Williams, no lock-up, just drove the car down the inside there, held his nerve. Mark Verdino, I guess he took a bit of evasive action maybe, but you apply the pressure, you've got to force the mistake, and that is what unfolded there. So Chris Lewis-Williams from rear of the grid has made his way up to P4. Adam Brewer now, the sun's really getting in the guy's eyes there as they brake hard down into Dandenong Road. Lights ablaze on the AVI technology entry as he comes around car number 3. Leading the field around, Brewer will take a victory again here today. 96 points in the Victorian Championship, and he is very, very happy to have led Cambella home with Jamie Westaway and Chris Lewis-Williams. Mark Verdino just being given a little bit of an experience check, I would suggest, there by Chris Lewis-Williams. Parked the car there, and that's what it's all about. I've got to say, well done to all contenders. There has been a bit of rubbing and a bit of racing. The great season that has been the Porsche 944 Championship.
So it's Adam Brewer who claims the final race of the Victorian State Race Series for 2025. Home by less than a second over Cambella, Chris Lewis-Williams with a masterclass from the back of the field completes the podium. Mark Verdino again holds 4th. Mark Torberts completes a solid weekend too in 5th. And Jamie Westaway, despite crossing the line in 3rd, classified as 6th with a penalty. Peter Grant, Tony Westaway top 8. Another good result for Sam Rofe in 9th, and Michael Westaway completes the top 10. Nick Carpenter, Jack Atley and Andrew Goldman rounding out another tough weekend of racing. So, looking at the points tallies after round 5, as the 944 Challenge Series competes nationally, as well as locally in Australian states, there are 2 sets of championship points awarded to the drivers. And firstly, looking at the Victorian State Series, with Sandown being the final race of the Vic State season for the 944s, it's Cameron Bella who claims his 6th Victorian State title. Final race winner Adam Brewer shows why he'll be in contention next year with a solid 2nd place, and Jamie Westaway's consistency means he completes the podium. A great result for Mark Torberts, clearly ahead in 4th. Sidelink driver Mark Verdino top 5. Auto Coupe driver Peter Grant with strong early season results, home in 6th. And from here, things really tighten up, showing just how important each point is. Michael Westaway, with a very strong second half of the season, finishes in 7th, just 1 point ahead of the smooth and stylish Sam Rofe. Hard-charging Nick Carpenter again just 1 point back in 9th. And yet again, just 1 point back, Jack Atley completes the top 10. Remarkably, literally again just 1 point back, Tony Westaway finishes just outside that. Chris Lewis-Williams behind him despite missing some races. And Andrew Goldman home in a very respectable 13th in his first season. Tony Andrzejewski, Josh Brisbane, Carter Fox and Andrew Jackman complete a limited Vic State season. Manny Mezzasolma, Jared Campione and Peter James top 20, again with limited running. Johnny Venoris and Lyndon Watson round out that table for 2025. So signing off on the 2025 Victorian State Series, once again, congratulations Cameron Bella, a remarkable 6th Victorian State Racing Series Championship. Whilst in the overall 944 Challenge Series, again it's Cameron Bella who still leads that tally. But with 1 round to go, there is certainly still enough points on the table for a 2nd place Jamie Westaway and 3rd place man Adam Brewer to snatch the title. Mark Verdino just back in 4th, Mark Torberts sits in 5th. And 4-time series champion Chris Lewis-Williams now creeps into the top 10. Jack Atley just 1 point outside that. Nick Carpenter, Andrew Goldman, Tony Andrzejewski and Josh Brisbane will all be charging hard at the final round. Fingers crossed for the injured Andrew Jackman and that flyer Carter Fox can get his car repaired in time for the final round too. Manny Mezzasolma, Peter James and Jared Campione complete the top 20. And again, it's Johnny Venoris and Lyndon Watson who currently round out that table. If it's close, hard and fast racing in stunning Porsche machinery on some of Australia's best racetracks that you're after, head over to our website www.944challenge.com and check out all the information. The 944 Challenge Series will be back, bigger and better, for round 6 as the championship heads to its finale for 2025 at the world-famous Phillip Island Grand Prix circuit on November 22 to 24. We look forward to seeing you there. This has been a production by Pit Lane Media.